Morning you lot, how's it going? So I thought I'd try and help some of you out the best I possibly can. Now and again things crop up, you know, and I think to myself, well, this is, you know, how did this happen, blah 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 blah. So I'll tell you a little bit of a story first, the first thing I'm going to try and help you with. I've got a friend and he's getting back into Nitro RC, and he bought himself a brand spanking new Hyper 7, and he was really excited for it to turn up, and it turned up 2 days. It was, you know, it turned up 2 days before it was meant to turn up, so it was even more exciting for him. And we all know with Hobeo, they don't come with glow plugs anymore, right? So I think he bought himself a glow plug, not knowing that there are 2 different types of glow plug these days. The Mach 28, which is in it, I believe is the Mach 28, comes with, needs a turbo plug. It doesn't come with it, it needs a turbo plug. But he bought himself the ordinary style plug. Doesn't fit. So let's see if I can prevent that happening to anybody else. So there's 2 different types of plug these days, glow plugs. The old, well, I call them in the old style because they come out before the turbo plug, but they're just a different style. And that's the style with this sort of thing. It's a normal glow, you know, just a glow plug, but it has a little copper washer, and the thread isn't tapered at all, and the end of it, yeah, it's just flat. Okay, that's your normal style glow plug. Things like Savages and most engines take these style plugs. And then you've got a turbo plug. Okay, now a turbo plug is a different shape. The end of it is tapered. This camera doesn't focus, it's got like a fixed focus on it, which is a bit crap for this kind of thing, but the end of it is tapered, okay, and so is the thread a little bit, okay, and there's no washer. It has no washer because it seals with the end of itself, okay. The button that it screws into is also tapered, so the taper on the end marries up to the taper in the button, and that's how it seals, okay. So there's no washer, obviously. Oh, and they're slightly fatter as well, so a normal plug won't fit in, it'll just fall straight in most cases. So yeah, that's very important. And also the numbers, okay, they don't change the size. So this plug here is a number 4, N4, this one. You can get number 3s, 2s, etc, etc, etc. The sizes don't change. The number is to do with the heat of the plug. Okay, so I've had some people send me emails and say, what size plug do I need? I say they're all the same size. As long as it's either turbo or normal plug, it doesn't matter. The turbo and the normal plug are different sizes, but turbo plugs are all the same size, normal plugs are all the same size. The number is to do with the heat. The number does not dictate the size, okay? It's just the heat. There may be other plugs out there that I'm not aware of. I'm not saying there isn't, there may well be. There's always something that you don't know, and I know very little about everything in the world. But there's the 2 different types of glow plug, okay? So you need to make sure that you get the right one for your engine. Hopefully it will stop some people being excited and then not realising that their engine takes a different plug to what they've already bought. The other thing is, if you buy a brand spanking new RC car, I mean, Hobeo don't give out glow plugs with their cars anymore. They used to, I think HPI still do, and I think Kyosho still do. When you buy a brand new Nitro car, obviously with an engine in it, the engine does have a plug in it. Nova engines, they used to come with glow plugs, now they don't. I'm pretty sure they used to, because I bought my B3, I think that come with a plug. Well, it might not have done, don't know. Anyway, whenever you buy either an engine or a car with an engine in it, and it's brand new, assume it doesn't come with a glow plug, and make sure you find out what plug it takes so that you can buy the correct one to arrive with it or alongside it or near it, so that you can put it straight in and fire it up and be excited on the same day. That's my advice. You can always phone up the shop and say, look, I bought this car off you, what plug does it take? Because I need to know so I can buy it. You know, they'll be able to help you. Any good shop will know what glow plug the cars they're selling takes. Well, they should do anyway. Heat guns, right? Heat guns are a very important part of Nitro cars in the winter specifically, because you do, well, it is a good idea to heat them up to warm them up a bit. It reduces wear and tear on the engine. Heating the engine up before you start it up reduces wear and tear a lot, because they're only a small engine, and the higher end they are, the more compression they have, and the more that, you know, it's just better. And also it makes it easier for you to start it up. So in the winter specifically, in the summer not so much. I don't bother heating engines up in the summer. The only engines I heat up in the summer are the ones with a bit higher compression, like this Red's engine and the Nova engines. You have no choice with those, because they won't turn over particularly well unless you heat them up anyway. It makes everything expand nicely. So heat guns, what one do you buy, and you know what ones are good for the job? Now, you can buy engine heaters. They're like a little wraparound piece of material. I've got one in my bag here, look. They're a little wraparound piece of material with a heating element inside it. You connect them to a LiPo battery or a 12-volt battery, put it around the engine, and it heats the engine to a couple hundred degrees, and away we go. They're okay, and I keep one in the bag because I use them now and again, but the heat gun's a bit more convenient because you can literally just pick it up and go like that. You know, it's a bit more convenient, and I prefer the heat gun. People say to me, why did you buy a Ryobi? Bloody expensive, and it's only got one heat setting. It's either on or off. So for me personally, the reason why I bought Ryobi, I mean, this is the second heat gun I've had. The first one, it got wet and didn't stop working, so I had to buy a new one. The first heat gun Ryobi one I bought was about £30. You know, it was so cheap. It was brilliant, and all of my tools that I use are Ryobi tools, so I have Ryobi batteries. Okay, so for me personally, I wanted to buy a tool that went with the batteries I've already got, so I don't have to have another charger, another battery. I can just keep the one charger I've got and the one set of batteries I've got, and it does my heat gun for my RC cars as well as all my other tools. That was the practicality for me. The second heat gun, which is this one that I bought, the price has gone up, and I think this was about £50, but it's still, you know, the quality is still all right and it's still good. If you don't mind having different batteries and different chargers and things like that for different tools laying around and taking up space and things like that, get a different one. The same mate of mine who bought that car I was just explaining about, the glow plugs, I think he got one from Lidl for about 20 quid. Looks like the Ryobi one, comes in a case with a battery and everything, and he says it works brilliant, and it's got different heat settings, so that might be a good idea. I think he said it was Lidl. It was the Lidl or Aldi, one or the other. You know, they have their little aisles in the middle, don't they, where they can get your bits and bobs and different things each week or whatever it is. It sounds like a brilliant choice to go down. There's also other ones, if you go on Scamazon and you know, them kind of things, you can get different heat guns and things that you charge up lithium batteries in or whatever else. But for me personally, you know, I don't like clutter at home, and I don't like having different chargers and batteries and things. So if I can keep a tool that goes with the batteries that I've already existingly got, then that's what I've done. And you know, I think these Ryobi heat guns now are about £90. I would never buy another one. If this breaks, I'm not going to buy another Ryobi heat gun, because 90 quid for this is not, it's not worth it. 50 quid was a push. But I just wanted to keep the same battery. So, but this heat gun is brilliant, does the job. You know, you can use a hairdryer. You know, if you've got, you know, your missus or your girlfriend or whatever, or maybe you are the girlfriend, maybe you're the girl, and you're the woman, you know what I mean? and you're doing this. Fair enough. You might have a hairdryer. If you're out and about, obviously you need electric for a hairdryer. But if you're out and about, you might have a battery hairdryer. Do the same job. Yeah, it won't get as hot, but it will still warm the engine more than not warming it at all. So you can use a hairdryer. The other thing that I do, right, let me show you what you can do to warm your engine up. When you're going out and about, excuse me, bags for life, I've got to go and get the shopping. Put your car in the footwell of your car in the winter, put the heating on and have the heat blowing onto feet, and that will warm up your engine ample enough as well. So you can do that. It doesn't matter how you warm your engine up, it's just the fact that it's warm. Yeah, warmer, even if you don't get it hot, warmer is better than not warming. All right. And when it comes to heat guns, people, like I just said, people will say to me, what heat gun do I get? Is it important? No. As long as it gives out some heat and it warms your engine, doesn't matter. Go and buy a little one. Go and buy, if you're into Milwaukee and all them ridiculously expensive tools, you know, go and get yourself a DeWalt heat gun or a Milwaukee heat gun. If you've got the batteries for that, go and get it. If you're into Amazon, I mean, we came away from Amazon years ago now, really, and then recently we've completely gone away from it, completely. No Amazon, it's all not worth it anymore. The Amazon stuff, it's just ridiculous. We go to real shops where we can. But if you're into that kind of thing, just go on Amazon and buy yourself a blooming little heat gun, you know. There's plenty out there. So that's me anyway. I thought I'd help you out with some of those things that cropped up. So just to recap on that briefly, when you buy a brand new car, glow plugs, or if you've got your existing car, you've never changed the plug, perhaps you bought it second hand and you don't know, you need a new plug or something like that and you don't know what one to buy. Just take it out and you'll see the difference. I showed you the difference, didn't I? The difference between the plugs. You've got turbo plug and then you've got normal plug with a little copper washer. It's a bit more straight. Yeah, you can see the differences hopefully. And also, if you take your glow plug out, you'll be able to see, obviously, you're about to see your old plug. But even if you've got an engine which doesn't have you might have bought a second-hand Nitro car with no glow plug in it. How do you tell? Well, you're about to see the little taper, the little concave taper on the button, which is the thread basically. You'll be able to tell the difference, trust me. If it takes the one with the copper washer, it'll be flat, all right? This is obviously because it needs to be able to seal. And no, you can't put a copper washer on a turbo plug. For one, it won't fit, and for two, it just won't seal very well. So there we go. Glow plugs and heat guns, doesn't matter, as long as it heats. I'll catch you on the next one. If you've got any questions, either email, the best way to do it is just to comment on this video or any other of the videos, because then not only do I see it, but other people see it, and that means they can help you by replying to your comment, as well as me. And also, quickly, comments, right? I've had some people comment saying it would be nice if you take the time to reply to people who comment. I take a lot of time replying to comments, right? Now, I don't always see them. I'm not perfect. Sometimes I might miss a comment or two, and a few weeks later on I'm looking through them and I notice a comment left 2 or 3 weeks ago and I didn't reply to it and I didn't even remember seeing it. I'm not perfect. But sometimes the comments don't seem to show up. People saying I've left a comment on this video. I go on the video looking for the comment that this person's left a question and it's not there, you know. I even had one person, he said, I've left you a question, you haven't answered it yet. And I said, where is it? I'll go and have a look now. He told me the video. He told me the video that he commented on, so I went on that video, looked at every single comment. It took me about half an hour. And then I filtered it to unread as well, not there. He emailed me a screenshot on his side, the comment he left, and it was there, right? On my side, wasn't there. So I don't know what to say about that. All I can say is, if you've asked a question and I've not replied, it's nothing personal, right? I've either missed it because I'm human, or for some reason YouTube, I think I said eBay earlier, that's weird. For some reason YouTube just isn't showing all the comments. I don't know why. But trust me, I'm not ignoring your comments. I will reply to all of them that warrant a reply. If it's a question, I'll reply with an answer of some description. All right. Some people just say nice work or nice job or something. I'll just put a heart or say thank you or something like that, or a thumbs up. But there we go. I do reply. I'm not arrogant or anything like that. I try not to be anyway. So I'll catch you later on. Ask all your questions. I love hearing from you. Where are you in the world as well? Cheerio, all the best. Take care. Be nice to people.